Good afternoon everyone from sunny Blackpool. Well, day 4 today, Thursday, we're home tomorrow, and I hardly slept last night because Mr. Wonderful was snoring again all night. And this morning I said to him, John, you're going to have to go for a walk. He said, where to? I said, Fleetwood. I said, go for a walk to Fleetwood. I said, well, I'll have to have a sleep. I said, otherwise I'm not going to be any good. Anyway, he went out for a walk. He didn't go to Fleetwood, but he went out for a walk, and I got back in bed and not asleep. Oh, did I need it? I went to bed at 9:20, never woke up till 12 o'clock because I needed it. But look where Mr. Wonderful is now. And any minute, I'm just snoring because his mouth's open. So I'm going to let all the guests know what he snores like. Snoring. We had a good night last night. We had nothing on the bingo like all day thing, but have a little look. We're just sitting in the window here and having a little drink. It's PE day today. And can you believe there's not a bloody flag or nothing up? I don't mind with me. Where it is now. Really have a look. I've got my Union Jack. Land of hope and glory. There's no bloody flag up anyway. You wouldn't even know it was VE Day. And a few years back, I done a thing in Blackpool story coming on. In the road I was born in, well, my daughter still lives there, and I used to do all the parties. I left there when I was 25, and I still done the parties there till just a couple of years ago. And we decorated the whole street. Well, I used to get all the bunting and everything, and all the men would help us put it right across the street and that, and we'd get the tables in. And I used to invite all the old neighbours that lived, I knew everyone that lived in what number, and I invited them all back to my mum's road. And my daughter said to me, what did you have to keep doing that? Because they all use my toilet. I said, you've got to be hospitality, isn't it? Got to be good. Anyhow, we used to have a ball, and I used to make all the homebrew wine, and all leaf milk I used to make, and lager and bitter I used to make. I used to brew it because Frank the fireman, a fella I knew, he knew a fella who worked in a brewery where you buy the stuff, the kits to make it. So I was a dab hand at it. So every bonfire night and everything, we'd have them all. Someone always gave you the old couch or a chair, didn't you, to sit on, and we all sat on the thing, and we all throw spuds in the fire, and we sit round it drinking my own brew and that. Be there at 4 o'clock in the morning, sometimes still there, all singing, and someone of those have a radio, what you'd have to put batteries in back then, didn't you? And we sit there with the radio on, drinking, and have the potatoes on the fire and that. And what was I going to tell you? Oh, well, back then in the day, the councils used to board the windows up the empty houses with wood, and they had wooden gates, and I'd say to all the kids, go and get the wood off the empty houses for the bonfire. And if anyone says anything to you, tell them Cathy Skello sent for it. And I'd make toffee apples for all the kids and that. We used to have a ball, go doing that. And the kids now are grandmothers themselves, and he says to me, oh, Skelly, when I bump into them, he says to me, Skelly, remember the bonfire nights we used to have in Sleaford and that? And I said, yeah. And we always had them. John had the house over the road from me back then, a big corner house. He used to do the bonfire on his garden because he had the big garden. And we did have a laugh back in them days. But you don't do nothing like that. When Liverpool won the other week, now we do the road up with flags and bunting and everything round the front doors and on the gates, the fence, paint the gutters in the streets and that. And we used to do all that years ago when there was a big match on. And I turned the corner to my mum's road the other week, which my daughter still lives in, the house I was born in. And I went, where's all the bumping? Where's the party? She said, oh, mother, no one does them no more. I suppose it's money-wise, isn't it? But I thought we'd been here, the day today, and I've got a bingo on, a karaoke bingo. Not a karaoke bingo. Musical bingo, whatever that means. I've got a quiz on, and I've got a karaoke at 4 o'clock. And it's a free bar. Hence, I'm on the vodka and lemonade. Cheers, my dears. And I said I'd show you around the hotel, but I haven't got to that yet. I've just showed my daughter-in-law around it, but she said, oh my God, I'd love to go there. Because it's sunny, it's like being abroad, because the sun's out, it's not always like this in Blackpool, like is it? Because we've been in the winter time and it's been cold. These glasses were only £2.50, reading glasses in B&M, made up with them. My daughter-in-law just said you don't half suit them, Cat. I thought I forgot my own reading glasses, but I found them before in my bag. And yeah, we go home tomorrow, so we've had a lovely couple of days here and enjoyed it, all inclusive. It was 209, I think it was, all inclusive, Monday to Friday, or 289, I can't remember. But lovely, beautiful, and my daughter-in-law just said, oh, I wouldn't mind going to. I said, well, let me know when you want to go, and I'll book it. So we'll all stay at the same time, my son and my daughter-in-law. Bundle of fun, isn't it, to come on holiday with. Got to make it out for now. I might leave them. I might go upstairs and leave them there, or I might go in the concert room and leave them there. Not a bit bothered. Fall asleep on a clothesline this month. Yes, so we used to have cracking parties, and I remember Mrs. Hopkins, Mrs. Hoppy we called her. She lived in number 6 Wimborne, and I'd done a party one time, and we used to have a beer tent. It was only an ordinary tent on number 1 garden, because they had a big garden by my mother's. And this time, Mrs. Hoppy, they were all on my own crew. Wine, the leaf, Melch and lemonade, they were all on that. About 80 odd. And she called me over and she said, Catherine. I said, hello, Mrs. Hoppy, yes, what do you want? I thought she wanted another drink, like, or something to eat. She said, give me 10 pence. We go and ring a taxi, please, girl. I said, yeah, where are you going to, Mrs. Hoppy? She said, number 6, Wimborne Road. I went, Mrs. Hoppy, you're only in number 1 Wimborne Road, I'll walk you home. And another time in another road I lived in, Sleaford, the woman up the road come, she was 80 odd. They'd all been in my garden. It used to like the kids all play at that big square opposite mine. We let all the kids play. And they'd all congregate around my gate and come and sit there and have a talk, a cup of tea or whatever you wanted. But I had my own blue wine done, didn't I? So Matty Keenan, Barbara, who goes out with me, was her grandmother. She was on the wine, and the next day she comes to mine, she's going to me, Cathy, have you found anything in yours? I went, no, Matty, what like? She went, you know, have you found anything? I said, if you tell me what like, I know what to look for, but I can't think of what you mean when you're saying to me, have I found anything? And anyhow, our son come down, Billy Keenan, he come down, he said to me, Cat, You haven't found me our girl's teeth, have you? He said she's lost them somewhere from your house to our house. She thinks you got them. And I could see you talking to me going, looking at me mouth. And I thought, she thinks I've got my teeth in. She thought I'd robbed her teeth and I had them in my mouth. And then Billy come over a couple of days later. He said, Kat, don't worry about it. Found me our girl's teeth. We're in the privates over the road. And my mother's sister, my Auntie Lily, she was very posh. Not my nan was like, not the commoner of the family, but we were the down-to-earth part of the family. My Auntie Lily, my sister, was there. Hello, Catherine. How have you been doing lately? One of them, whereas we'd go, all right, Kat, how are you doing? So my Auntie Lily was in mine. And I said to her, would you like a drink, Auntie Lily? So she said, well, yes, what have you got? I said, well, I've got a cup of tea or coffee at that. And she went, oh, yeah, I said, oh, I've got a wine, what made? So she went, oh, go on, I'll sample it. Needless to say, she went home pissed. Put her in a taxi outside my house. Paid for the taxi for that. Oh, Michael Gilbertson, he rang me. He said, or was it all Catherine rang me? I can't remember now, my cousin. What did you give me mother yesterday? I said, right. He said, she fell out the taxi, fell over the wall, fell over the wall into the privet. She got scratches all up her legs and her arms. I felt so basically, should she drinking my own brew wine? What's got that, I must admit. Used to sell it for £1 a pint. Just no customs watching this video. I used to get the Alpine man coming up the road, remember him? He used to sell lemonade, and I'd say to me, lad, sell us some of your bottles. I think he paid 20 pence a bottle for empty bottles, and I'd sterilise them all in a big bucket, put sterilising fluid in and sterilise it all, and I'd fill it up. My mate, Margie Ball, she'd come round when it was cleared in the homebrew wine. You'd had to siphon it off. She'd be me, so started off. She'd go home rotten drunk, fall out the door because she was sampling it, starting all the things off and that. And then we'd bottle it up and sell it for £1 a pint. I went down the pond, down the pond. Used to do that every summer. I'd done it all year, like, but the summertime was when they all wanted to have it, all in the road. Everyone used to knock and call in it. But the poor Alpine man, I had him arished. So we hope you like that little story now. Just passing the time away with no worries and dreamland. Wonderful. So hope you like that little story I told you. Don't forget to keep liking and sharing with your mate. All right, these glasses on me, don't they? Oh, you do love yourself, Catherine. I know. I can't help it, I can't help it. So, over and out for now. Just a little video to keep you going for now. Bye for now. Love you all.